Hello friends, today we discuss the elective subject product design and development. I am Anil, the subject or course teachers. Okay, now what are the outcome of these courses? After successful completion of this course, the student will able to understand or student will able to carry out the basic engineering design process and the various techniques used for the product designs. Second, construct the product development processes and customers requirements and tools like the quality function deployments. Also, evaluate the performance measures of the designs and design for manufacturing of a products. And lastly, perform the case study on the product lifecycle management of a given product. These are the short outcomes of this course. Okay. Now, today's sessions is on unit 1 is the engineering product designs. Okay, now what are the content of this engineering product design units? Okay, first of all, we break up this total unit into 2 to 3 sessions. Now first session content is the introductions of engineering design process, industrial engineering or industrial designs, importance of engineering design process, types of designs and engineering design process shortly, or basics of the engineering design process. These are the short content of these sessions. Now start with the first is what are the essential questions related to the designs or the engineering product designs. Okay, why do we need a design process? Then what is the different criteria between what is the difference between criteria and the constraints? Then also what is meant by the designs or a design process, in which we discuss about these the definitions of the designs and design processes. Okay, now first is what is design. Okay, here is the standard definition of the design is that design is a plan for arranging elements in such a way as best to accomplish a particular purpose. This is the standard definition for the design. Then what is meant by the design processes? It is a set of technical activities within a product development processes that works to meet the marketing and the business visions. Here we discuss based on the product designs as well as the product development processes, in which the customer's focus is important. Okay, now what is the designs? General design is the essence of engineering. Okay, the design establish and defines solution to and the pertinent structure for problems not solved before or new solution of problems which have previously been solved in different way. These are the some definitions of the design, in which it is the essence of the engineering. Okay, design should not be confused with the discovery. First of all, we must understand design is not called as discoveries. The discovery is getting the first sight of or the first knowledge of something. So first we understand that design is not a discovery or not called as innovations or inventions. Okay, then good design require both requirement of the design is the analysis and the synthesis. All of you know this analysis. Up to the second year and third year, we must better know the what is meant by the analysis and synthesis. Okay, what is meant by the analysis? Decomposing the problem into manageable parts. Use of engineering science computational tools. Okay, it usually involves simplification of real world through the models. These are called as analysis. What is the synthesis, which is the part of the good designs? The identification of design elements that will comprise the products in decomposition into parts and the combination of the part solution into total workable systems. Now the design process is a method of planning practical solution to the problem. It gives the practical solution to the problems by using some design processes. Okay, the design process is never final. There are always multiple solutions to a given problem, not a single solution for the given problem. There are a number of solutions. In that number of solutions, we can choose a single solution. This is the part of the engineering design processes. Each and every problem having the multiple solutions. Okay, and next is the design process is influenced by requirements called criteria and the constraint. Then what is the design process? Is the generally we earlier say that is the essence of the engineering. Now a systematic problem solving strategy with criteria and constraint used to develop many ideas and this select just one final idea is part of the design processes. Okay, now come to the importance of the engineering design process. Okay, the importance of the design is nicely summed up in the figures. Okay, this show that only the small fraction of the cost produced a product near about the 5% is involved with the design processes only. Yet the figure shows this the small amount of in the product designs, while the other 95% cost is consumed by the material capital and the labor to manufacture the products. Okay, use the lot of cost is required for the manufacturing. Okay, in other words, the decision made by or decision made beyond the design phase can influence only about the 25% of the total cost. If the design proves to be faulty just before the product goes to markets, it will cost a great deal of money to correct the problems. Okay, so lots of money or lots of cost is required to correct the problems. Okay, these are the this figure shows these such types of the cost. The second major impact of the design, the second major impact of the design as an product quality. Okay, what is the product quality? You cannot compensate the manufacturing for defects introduced in the design phase. There is no any types of manufacturing defects are introduced in the design phase. And what are the third area where the engineering designs determine the product competitiveness is a product life cycle times. Okay, cycle time refer to the development time required to bring a new product to markets. The use of the new organizational method, use of CAD and rapid prototyping methods are contributing to reduce the product cycle time, but it reduces the also the cost of the product developments. Okay, the design summarize for this point is generally called as the design process should be conducted so as to develop quality cost competitive product in the shortest times possible. Okay, now engineering design process. Generally, what are the basics for the engineering design processes? So this slide, this content shows the basic standard design process steps. The engineering design process is the steps processes. The steps of engineering design process are first is starting from the definition of the problems and with the test and the redesign. What are the different steps required for the engineering design processes? Okay. Define the problems. Second is what is the background of the research. Specify the requirements. Brainstorm solutions. Choose the best solutions. Develop the works. Build a prototype. Test and design. These are generally the steps which is must required in the design processes. Okay. Then what are the engineering designs? The design problems are usually more vaguely defined than analysis problems. Okay, design problems are open-ended in nature. Analysis problems have one solutions only, but design have more than the one correct solutions. Okay, design have more than the one correct solutions. Now, solving design problems is often an iterative process. Here is the one of the important part for the engineering design is the process is an iterative. When the solution is not or when the optimal solution is not found, then the process comes on iterative manners to find out these solutions. Okay, here is called as the Wright brother. One of the examples, the Wright brothers invent the aeroplanes. So it is not a single or immediately you can find out the you can invent the aeroplanes, but we take the number of iterations to find out the today's aeroplanes. Okay, then now come to the what are the different types of engineering designs. Here is a 4 to 5 types of the engineering design. First is called as original designs. What is meant by original designs is generally innovative designs or seed of the new technology, generally microprocessor, CD or anti-lock braking systems is the part of the original designs. Then adaptive designs adapt a known solution to satisfy the different need to produce a novel application, just like inkjet to the rapid prototyping machines. Okay, then CD generally inkjet to the our 3D printer is the part for the adaptive designs. CD to DVD microprocessor to Intel 8080 chip, etc. Then variant designs, modifying performance of subsystem without changing its configurations. Pentium 2, Pentium 4, laser disk media are the example of the variant. There are different types of variant designs. Then redesigns, improve an existing designs due to fails in service, so we can redesign is the part for the type of the engineering design processes. Then next is the selection designs, define employee standards component like a bearing, motors, pumps are called as the selection design. You can select this component for your actual products. Okay, design tasks to selecting the component with needed performance, quality, cost from the catalog of the vendors. There are the standard components available in the market. You can select it for your given products. And last is called the industrial designs. Design deal with the improving the appeal of the product to the human sense. Now, engineering design process. Stepwise process is a stepwise process. Generally, engineering design process comes under only 5 steps. The figure shows these 5 steps called as the ask, imagine, plan, create, and improve. Okay, so this is the cyclic processes. Whenever a solution is found, then the cycle stops. Otherwise, the cycle is continuously to find out these solutions. What are the first steps called as the what is the problems, or it's called a general definition of the problems. Okay, then imagine, you can brainstorm the ideas, choose the best ones. Plan, they draw the diagrams, gather the needed materials for the required problems. Then create, follow the plans, test it out. Then improve, discuss what we can better, repeat the steps 1 to 5 to make the changes in a day. Then go to the first step. That's why it's called as cyclic processes. Other types of the engineering cycles are there. We show the second cycle for the engineering is define the problems, plan the solution, make a model, test model, reflect. If not finding the solution, then we start with the definitely problems. Here we take a short video for this engineering design processes. Okay.
Engineering design process. It's a series of steps or stages that engineers follow to come up with a solution to a problem. The first step is define. Engineers identify and define the problem. Once the problem has been clearly defined, engineers do research to fully understand the scope of the problem. They investigate ways others have tackled similar problems and gather important information about the problem. They write preliminary goals that specify what the solution will accomplish without describing how it will be done. Step number 2, imagine. Engineers utilize creative problem-solving and brainstorming techniques to develop a wide range of possible solutions to the problem. It's important that engineers focus on the number of ideas generated, not the quality. Even the most bizarre ideas could inspire someone else to come up with something great that could lead to a solution. Designers should document all the ideas generated in their engineering design notebook. Stage 3, evaluate. By this stage in the engineering design process, there should be multiple potential solutions to the problem. The engineers compare ideas and evaluate how each one fulfills the specifications. They then determine which solution is best. Stage 4, create. Engineers take the agreed-upon solution and create models or prototypes. These may be constructed as full-scale models or small-size versions. Diagrams or graphs can be used to help visualize the basic functions or features along with computer and mathematical models. The goal of this stage is to learn how the solution will function in real life and how it interacts with the real environment. Step 5. Test and refine. In the final stage of the engineering design process, engineers will perform a variety of tests to evaluate the design solutions and compare it with the goals. They can then decide whether to proceed with the design solution or to start all over again. If approved, the design solution may be refined if needed before proceeding to the manufacturing and construction stage. And those are the 5 basic steps of the engineering design process. Define, imagine, evaluate, create, and test. It's important to note that the designers typically develop multiple versions of a design before calling it final, and the engineering design process is not always linear. It is common to jump from stage to stage and revisit stages several times before moving on. The longer the design process goes on, the more problems will be discovered and improvements made.
Okay, thank you.